Did you know that your mind holds the key to manifesting your dreams? Jacobo Grinberg, a visionary researcher, uncovered powerful techniques to align your thoughts with the reality you want to create. His groundbreaking studies reveal how consciousness directly impacts the physical world, providing actionable hacks to supercharge your manifestation practice. In this video, we'll explore Grinberg's most compelling insights and practical methods you can use to attract success, wealth, and happiness. Stay with us until the end. These hacks could be the missing piece in unlocking your full manifestation potential. Let's dive in. Number 1. Journaling goals as if already achieved. Manifestation is more than just wishful thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions to create the life you want. One powerful technique that has stood the test of time is journaling. But not just any journaling, this specific hack involves writing down your goals as if they've already been achieved. Sounds a little unusual, right? But trust me, it's one of the most effective ways to get into the right mindset for success. The idea here is to write about your goals in the present tense, even though you haven't actually achieved them yet. It's about fully stepping into the experience of your future success. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. When you write about your goals as if they've already been accomplished, your mind starts to believe it. You begin to feel the emotions associated with success, which, in turn, starts to influence your actions, thoughts, and energy. Think about it. If you were to write down, "I have successfully completed my project and it's been recognized worldwide," your mind would start visualizing that success. You'd feel that sense of pride, excitement, and satisfaction, even though it hasn't happened yet. This is the magic of manifestation in action. You're programming your mind to feel as though your goals are already a reality. And the more you do it, the more your actions begin to line up with the reality you're creating in your journal. When you approach your journal this way, you're essentially tricking your mind into acting in alignment with your vision. Our brains are wired to move toward what we focus on. If you're constantly thinking about something you want but don't have yet, the energy you put out might be one of frustration or lack. But when you focus on something as though it's already yours, your energy shifts. You start embodying the person who has already achieved that goal. This is incredibly powerful because the energy you radiate will attract situations, people, and opportunities that align with that energy. You're not just hoping for success, you're becoming success. Now, here's the fun part. It's not about pretending or lying to yourself. It's about tapping into a state of mind where you are already living your dream life. When you write your goals in the present tense, you're not saying, "I hope to be successful one day." You're saying, "I am successful." There's a world of difference in how those two statements feel and the energy they emit. So, how do you actually do this in your journal? It's simpler than you might think. Start by being as specific as possible. Instead of writing vague goals like "I want to be rich," go deeper. What does being rich look like for you? How do you feel when you wake up in your dream home or travel the world without worrying about money? Write all of it down. Describe every little detail. Don't just talk about the big picture. Get into the nitty-gritty. What are you wearing? Where are you? Who's around you? The more you write, the more vivid your vision becomes, and the more real it starts to feel. Also, tap into the emotions that come with your accomplishments. How does success feel to you? Is it a sense of relief, joy, excitement, or peace? Write down these feelings as if they're happening right now. Allow yourself to feel those emotions deeply as you journal. The goal is to experience these feelings every time you read your journal entry, so they become imprinted on your mind and heart. And don't be afraid to repeat yourself. Write about your achievements over and over again, each time adding new layers of emotion and detail. As you keep journaling, you'll notice your vision becoming clearer and your confidence growing. This process helps you move beyond just imagining your dreams to truly believing that they are inevitable. In the end, journaling your goals as if already achieved isn't about wishful thinking. It's about shifting your mindset and behavior to align with the life you want to create. You're essentially rehearsing your success until it feels natural. And when your mind believes in your success, the universe has a funny way of conspiring to help you make it happen. So grab your journal, get into the mindset of success, and start writing like you've already made it. You'd be surprised how powerful it can be. Number 2, mental schema rewriting. Absolutely. Let's dive into mental schema rewriting, an idea straight from Jacobo Grinberg's research that can totally shift how we approach manifestation. Imagine your brain as a giant library, each experience, belief, and feeling neatly filed away under its own category. Now, these categories aren't just random, they shape how you view the world and yourself. They influence how you interpret everything that happens around you. This collection of mental files is what we call mental schemas. They're essentially the blueprint your mind uses to navigate life. But here's the kicker: mental schemas aren't set in stone. They're more like clay, constantly being molded by your thoughts, experiences, and choices. Grinberg's research sheds light on how you can literally rewrite these schemas to create a new reality for yourself. And that's where manifestation comes in. Instead of being stuck in old, limiting patterns, you can change the way you think, feel, and act to align with your deepest desires. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly do you go about rewriting these schemas? It starts with awareness. You've got to become aware of the mental patterns that hold you back. These patterns often show up as negative self-talk or limiting beliefs that have been ingrained over time. For example, if you've always believed that success is out of reach, your mental schema might be locked into a belief that good things happen to others, but not to me. This kind of thinking keeps you stuck, preventing you from manifesting your goals. The first step in rewriting your mental schema is to question these beliefs. Ask yourself, is this belief true? Or is it just something I've accepted as fact? Often, when you dig a little deeper, you'll find that these beliefs aren't grounded in reality at all. They're just old files your brain has kept for too long. Once you spot them, it's time to let them go. But here's the fun part. Rewriting your schema isn't about simply replacing one belief with another. It's more like upgrading the software in your brain. Instead of just swapping out an old belief for a new one, you need to create a new mental framework that feels authentic and powerful. This involves thinking about who you want to become, not just what you want to achieve. Your new mental schema should reflect this higher version of yourself, someone who is confident, capable, and deserving of everything you desire. To start shifting your mental framework, focus on repeating positive affirmations that resonate deeply with your desired self-image. These affirmations work because they bypass the logical filters in your brain and plant seeds directly into your subconscious. The more you repeat them, the more your brain begins to align with this new version of reality. But rewiring your brain isn't all about positive thinking. It's also about taking action that supports this new mental framework. It's about showing your mind through consistent behavior that this new belief system is real. Every time you act in alignment with your new mental schema, you're strengthening it, cementing the changes you've made. Over time, these actions become second nature, and your brain starts to automatically think in new, empowering ways. The beauty of mental schema rewriting is that it empowers you to create your own reality. It's not about waiting for something outside of you to change or hoping that the universe will hand you a miracle. It's about rewiring your brain to align with your goals, so that everything you do is in sync with your deepest desires. With this shift, you become the architect of your own life, designing it from the inside out. It takes time, yes, but the process is transformative. Grinberg's research makes it clear, when you intentionally rewrite your mental schemas, you create a new perception of reality. And that's the key to manifesting the life you've always dreamed of. So, how about you? Are you ready to start rewriting your mental schemas and manifesting your desires with purpose? It's all in your hands, and it begins with a single thought. Number 3. Synchronizing brain waves through visualization. One of the most fascinating ideas that Jacobo Grinberg explored in his research was the idea of synchronizing brain waves through the power of visualization. Imagine this: your brain isn't just a passive recipient of thoughts and experiences. It's actually a dynamic instrument that, with a little guidance, can tune itself to specific frequencies. And that's exactly where visualization comes into play. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine a scene, an emotion, or even a desired outcome, you're not just daydreaming or fantasizing. You're creating an intricate pattern of neural activity, influencing the very frequency at which your brain operates. Your thoughts, when focused and intentional, can help your brain find harmony within its own electrical signals. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Your brain has several different types of waves, each corresponding to different states of mind. There are beta waves when you're active and alert, alpha waves when you're relaxed and calm, theta waves in deep meditation, and delta waves when you're in a state of deep sleep. But what happens if you want to use visualization to tap into a state of heightened awareness, creativity, or even manifestation? That's when synchronization comes in. When you focus on a specific visual image, say, an outcome you desire, it's like you're setting a rhythm, a beat, for your brain. The more vividly you can picture it, the more your brain waves start to align with the frequency of that desired state. Your brain, in a sense, starts to synchronize with the vision you're holding in your mind, and this creates a mental environment that's conducive to manifesting what you want. But it's not just about seeing an image in your head. It's about feeling it. The power of your visualization increases when you allow yourself to emotionally connect with the experience you're imagining. If you visualize success, but don't feel the excitement, pride, or joy that would come with it, then it's just an image. But if you can bring in that emotional charge, you amplify the frequency of your brain waves even further. Now, you're not just imagining the outcome, you're syncing your brain to the emotional state that would naturally accompany it. In Grinberg's work, the idea of synchronization went beyond simply relaxing and letting your mind wander. Instead, it's about actively guiding your mind to a place where it can harmonize with your intentions. Whether you're focusing on a goal or trying to improve your inner state, it's about more than just thinking, it's about immersing your entire being into the vision. This synchronization has a subtle yet powerful impact on your subconscious mind, too. You see, when your brain waves are aligned with your visualizations, it's as if you're laying down a blueprint for your mind to follow. The subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, so when your visualization feels intense enough, your brain treats it like it's happening in real time. This creates a mental landscape that supports your desires, enhancing the likelihood that your actions, decisions, and even your mood will shift to match that frequency. It's almost like you're tuning into a specific channel. And once your brain is locked onto that frequency, it starts to work in the background, helping you align your thoughts, actions, and even your physical body with what you've visualized. It's no longer just a hopeful wish, it becomes a state of being, a vibration that your entire mind and body are attuned to. To truly harness this, though, it's crucial to maintain consistency. It's not enough to visualize once and expect your brain to make the shift. Just like tuning an instrument, it requires practice and repetition. But the more you practice, the more naturally your brain will begin to align with your visualizations, and soon enough, you'll start to see the effects of that synchronization in your day-to-day life. So, if you want to amplify the manifestation process, visualization isn't just a nice tool, it's a mental workout, one that directly impacts your brain's rhythm and helps you sync up with your deepest desires. Grinberg's research didn't just show us how to think, it showed us how to think in sync, and that's a key to unlocking the potential within ourselves. Number 4, removing mental blocks and limiting beliefs. We all have those moments where something inside us holds us back. It's like an invisible force that prevents us from reaching for what we really want. Maybe it's the thought that I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve this. These are mental blocks, and they can be insidious. They might feel like small doubts at first, but over time, they grow and limit us in ways we don't even notice. But here's the thing, these mental blocks are not permanent. They're just beliefs. And the best part? You have the power to change them. Jacobo Grinberg's research around manifestation touches deeply on how the mind can create and dissolve these limiting beliefs. He argues that our perceptions of reality are shaped by our mental programming. This programming isn't necessarily true, it's simply a set of beliefs we've been conditioned to accept. And the beauty of it is, we can reprogram it. But first, we need to address those pesky blocks that keep us from manifesting the life we desire. So, what's really going on here? Mental blocks are often formed through experiences, societal conditioning, or even things we've been told by others, especially during our formative years. They can take the shape of doubts about our abilities, fears about failure, or the deep-rooted belief that certain things just aren't possible for people like us. These beliefs quietly, and sometimes loudly, restrict us from stepping into the full potential of who we are meant to be. To start breaking through these mental blocks, we need to become aware of them first. Often, they lurk just below the surface, sabotaging our efforts without us even realizing. Have you ever noticed how when you're about to make a big decision or take a risk, a little voice pops up and says, "Maybe I'm not ready for this," or "I can't do it"? That's the mental block speaking. It's that voice that insists you're not worthy of success, or that the outcome is too risky. But let me ask you this, how many times have you followed that voice only to end up wishing you had pushed through? Once we become aware of these blocks, it's time to face them head-on. This is where it gets tricky. Our minds are incredibly powerful, and they tend to hold onto these beliefs tightly. But you can start by gently challenging them. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," ask, "Is that really true? Or is this just an old story I've been telling myself?" Often, when you step back and really analyze the thought, you'll realize it's not based on any kind of concrete evidence, it's just a story you've internalized. This is the point where Grinberg's research becomes really interesting. He points out that we often operate on autopilot, believing the same limiting thoughts over and over again, without ever questioning them. To manifest the life you want, it's not just about wishing for it, it's about actively reprogramming the mind to release those outdated beliefs that no longer serve you. One way to start this reprogramming is through affirmations. But not just any affirmations, these need to be carefully crafted to directly counter your limiting beliefs. If your mental block is, "I'm not good enough," an affirmation like "I am worthy of success" and all the good things that come with it can slowly begin to rewire your thinking. You don't have to believe it immediately. Just saying it daily, and allowing yourself to sit with it, can be incredibly powerful. Over time, these affirmations start to penetrate deeper into your subconscious, and the mental block begins to lose its grip. Visualization is another tool Grinberg's research highlights as effective for removing mental blocks. Picture yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the emotions, see the scenes, and really immerse yourself in the experience. The more vivid the visualization, the more your mind begins to accept it as a possible reality. When you consistently visualize your goals, you start shifting the way your mind sees your potential. You begin to see yourself as someone capable of achieving those goals, and those limiting beliefs start to fade. It's also crucial to let go of the fear of failure. Failure is often at the root of many mental blocks. We're afraid to try because we're terrified of making a mistake, of not being perfect. But here's the thing, failure isn't the enemy. It's a lesson. Every mistake brings you one step closer to success. Reframing failure in this way, seeing it as feedback rather than a setback, can help dissolve the fear that holds you back. And don't forget the importance of self-compassion during this process. removing mental blocks and limiting beliefs isn't a quick fix. It's a journey. It takes time to unravel deep-seated beliefs, and sometimes, you'll fall back into old patterns. That's okay. Be kind to yourself as you work through these blocks. Celebrate the small wins along the way, and remember, you're reprogramming years of conditioning. Progress is progress, no matter how slow it seems. In the end, removing mental blocks isn't about eliminating fear or doubt completely, it's about learning how to move through them. Once you understand that these limiting beliefs are just thoughts, not truths, you gain the power to shift them. And when you do, you open up a world of possibilities. Your potential is limitless when you remove the blocks that stand in your way, and Grinberg's research shows that with the right mindset, you can manifest whatever you desire. The key is to start by believing that you are worthy of it, and then, take action. Number 5, sensory amplification. Alright, let's talk about something fascinating, sensory amplification, a concept straight out of Jacobo Grinberg's research that can totally level up how you approach manifestation. So, picture this, your senses are constantly picking up information. You're always seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, and tasting. But the thing is, most of us aren't really tuned into the richness of these sensations. We go through life on autopilot, barely noticing the textures around us or the small sounds that make up the soundtrack of our days. But Grinberg's research dives into how amplifying these sensory experiences can help you tap into a deeper, more heightened state of awareness, one that supercharges your manifestation power. The idea is simple: the more you sharpen your senses, the more connected you become to the world around you, and that's a huge advantage when it comes to manifesting your desires. When your senses are fully awake, you're not just going through the motions of life, you're actively engaging with it. And the more you engage, the more present you become in your experience, which is absolutely essential when you're trying to manifest anything. Think of it like this: sensory amplification helps you break through the noise of everyday life. It pulls you out of the mental fog, the distractions, and the clutter of your mind. When your senses are finely tuned, every moment becomes richer, more vibrant, and filled with possibility. You start to see the beauty in things you've never noticed before, the way sunlight dances off a window, the subtle taste of something simple, the texture of the air around you. These heightened sensations draw your attention, making you more aware of the world, which in turn makes you more aware of the energy you're putting out into the world. Now, let's talk about how this connects to manifestation. When you're trying to manifest something, your energy and focus need to be on point. And that's where sensory amplification plays a critical role. By tuning into the present moment, you naturally shift your attention away from things that don't serve you, like distractions or doubts. Instead, you start paying more attention to what you want, whether it's a goal, a desire, or a dream. It's like tuning into a frequency. The clearer and stronger your senses are, the more aligned you become with the energy of your desire. This isn't just about noticing things on the outside, though. Amplifying your senses also means tuning into your internal experience. Your emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations are all forms of sensory information. By becoming more aware of them, you can adjust your mental and emotional state to match the vibration of what you want to attract. Feelings of gratitude, excitement, or peace become easier to access when you're fully tuned into your own senses. When you're in that state of heightened awareness, your ability to manifest flows more smoothly. But here's the thing: sensory amplification isn't just about awareness, it's also about intensity. It's not enough to simply notice things more, you need to experience them deeply. Feel that breeze on your skin and really notice how it feels. Taste your food with all your attention, savoring every bite. This kind of deep engagement with your senses helps raise your vibration because it strengthens your presence in the moment. It's like you're telling the universe, I'm ready to receive. I'm open to the abundance around me. And when you do this consistently, your alignment with your desires grows stronger. Another cool part of sensory amplification is how it shifts your state of mind. When you're more aware of your surroundings, you're not lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. You're grounded in the now, which is where manifestation magic happens. By focusing on your senses, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind that this moment matters, that you are aligned with your desires right here, right now. And the more you do this, the more your subconscious begins to accept that what you desire is already on its way. Sensory amplification also trains your brain to be more receptive to subtle cues and synchronicities. As your senses become sharper, you start to notice patterns, signs, and opportunities that you might have missed before. It's like your mind becomes a radar for manifestation. You'll start seeing connections between things in your environment and your desires that you weren't aware of before. It's like magic, but it's really just the result of tuning your senses to the frequency of your dreams. In the end, sensory amplification is about creating a deeper, more vibrant connection to the world around you, and through that connection, aligning yourself with the energy needed to manifest your desires. So, next time you want to manifest something, try turning up the volume on your senses. Pay attention to the little details. Feel everything more intensely. Your manifestations are waiting for you to step into this heightened state of awareness, and once you do, watch how your world starts to shift. Number 6. Field Resonance Technique. Let's dive into something truly mind-blowing that Jacobo Grinberg explored in his research, the concept of the field resonance technique. It sounds pretty technical, right? But when you break it down, it's actually a fascinating way to think about how we connect with the world around us and how we can tap into that connection to amplify our manifestation power. At the core of field resonance is this idea that everything around us, the people, the objects, the environment, emits a certain frequency. Kind of like how every radio station has its own frequency, so does everything in the universe. It's like an invisible web of energy and vibration, and we're all part of it. But here's the kicker: your thoughts, feelings, and intentions can also emit frequencies. So, when you start to resonate with the right frequency, you become more attuned to what you want to manifest. Now, what exactly is this field that Grinberg talks about? Imagine the universe as this massive energetic field, one that's constantly in motion, full of subtle vibrations. We're not just passive observers in this field, we're active participants. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, creates a ripple in this field. But these ripples don't just disappear. They interact with other vibrations, whether that's the vibrations of the people around you, your environment, or the very things you're trying to manifest. So, the field resonance technique is about becoming aware of this energetic exchange and learning to tune your own frequency so that it aligns with the frequency of your desires. It's like learning to match your inner vibration to the energy of what you want to bring into your life. The more in tune you are with the field, the more effortlessly things will flow your way. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Think of it this way: your thoughts and emotions are like tuning knobs. The more focused and clear you are about what you want, the sharper and stronger your frequency becomes. If your mind is all over the place, or if your emotions are scattered, you'll struggle to connect with the right frequency. But if you can center yourself, calm your mind, and focus on your desire with clarity and intention, your frequency becomes more in sync with the energy you're aiming to attract. And the magic happens when your frequency aligns with the field of possibility. In that moment, you start to notice the subtle shifts. Opportunities start showing up, people you need seem to appear, and things you desire begin to manifest almost effortlessly. It's like you've tapped into an invisible current that's been waiting for you to catch hold of it. But here's where it gets really interesting. The field resonance technique isn't just about being passive or waiting for things to come to you. It's about active engagement with the energy around you. This means tuning your awareness to the subtle signals in the world, becoming more attuned to the small details that might normally go unnoticed. When you begin to recognize these signals, you start to see how the field is always in motion, responding to you. One of the most powerful aspects of this technique is how it connects your inner world with the outer world. It's like the universe has its own rhythm, and when you find your own beat, you can ride that rhythm to manifest your desires. But this takes practice. The more you work with your thoughts and emotions, the more you learn to fine-tune your internal frequency. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about embodying a state of being that resonates with what you want. And here's the kicker: once you master the field resonance technique, you're not just passively waiting for things to happen. You become an active participant in shaping your reality. You're no longer just hoping for something to materialize, you're energetically aligned with it, which means the chances of it showing up in your life increase exponentially. But to truly get the hang of it, it takes patience and practice. Just like learning to play an instrument, it requires consistency. The more you practice tuning yourself to the right frequency, the more natural it becomes. Soon, you won't have to think about it so much. Your energy will automatically resonate with the things you want to attract. So, to sum it all up, the field resonance technique is about aligning your internal energy with the energy of the universe and your desires. It's about tuning into the subtle frequencies that surround you and becoming a part of that greater energetic dance. And when you do, the manifestation process becomes much more than wishful thinking. It becomes a powerful, active process that aligns your energy with the flow of the universe. Number 7. Creating a mental matrix of success. Alright, let's dive into one of the most fascinating concepts that Jacobo Grinberg's research highlights: creating a mental matrix of success. Now, this might sound a bit abstract at first, but stick with me because once you grasp this idea, it can completely shift the way you approach your goals and manifest your dreams. So, what exactly is a mental matrix? In simple terms, it's like your personal blueprint for success, an intricate web of thoughts, beliefs, actions, and intentions that guides you toward achieving everything you desire. Picture it like this: your mind is a vast network, constantly processing information and sending out signals to the universe. The mental matrix is the pattern you intentionally create within that network to align your energy, focus, and actions with your goals. The thing is, our minds are constantly bombarded by outside influences, past experiences, and societal conditioning. This can lead to a lot of conflicting thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us. You might think you want something, but deep down, there's a mental block that says, you're not worthy of that, or that's too far out of reach. The mental matrix helps you cut through that noise and build a clearer, more focused framework that aligns with your true desires. Now, let's break it down a bit more. When Grinberg talks about creating a mental matrix, he's essentially urging you to consciously design the way you think about your goals, your abilities, and the world around you. It's about setting up a mental environment where success feels natural, inevitable, and almost like second nature. Instead of passively absorbing everything around you, you start actively constructing your reality with intention. So how do you actually create this matrix? It all starts with your thoughts and beliefs. This is where it gets fun. Your thoughts are the building blocks. Every thought you think creates a little ripple in your mind, and those ripples create patterns. If you consistently think thoughts like, "I am capable of achieving anything," or "success is inevitable for me," you're laying down the foundation of your mental matrix. Those thoughts become the lens through which you see the world. And as you build on them, they start to influence your emotions, actions, and even the opportunities that come your way. But here's the thing, it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about believing in them so deeply that they become ingrained in your subconscious. The stronger the belief, the more powerful the mental matrix becomes. It's not enough to just say, "I believe in my success." You have to feel it, visualize it, and live it in your mind as if it's already happening. This creates a magnetic force that pulls success toward you. Once you've established these foundational thoughts, you start adding more layers to your mental matrix. this is where things get really interesting. The next step is to align your actions with those thoughts. Your mental matrix isn't just an abstract set of ideas, it's something you actively participate in. It's about creating habits, routines, and behaviors that reinforce your vision of success. Every action you take should be a reflection of the success you're building in your mind. For example, if you believe that you're destined for greatness, then your actions should match that belief. You wouldn't wait around for success to come to you. Instead, you'd take proactive steps, whether that's working on your skills, seeking out opportunities, or investing in your personal growth. Every small action you take strengthens the matrix and moves you closer to your goals. It's about showing up as the person you want to become every single day. But here's where many people get stuck. They expect the mental matrix to magically work without them doing the internal work. It's not just about creating a vision and hoping it manifests. It's about continually refining and recalibrating that vision, challenging any limiting beliefs that come up, and constantly reinforcing the success mindset. This isn't a one-time exercise, it's a lifestyle. One of the most powerful aspects of the mental matrix is its ability to shift your perspective. Once you've created this matrix, you start seeing the world through the lens of success. Challenges no longer seem like roadblocks, they become stepping stones. You begin to notice opportunities that you might have missed before, simply because your mind is now tuned to recognize them. Another thing to remember, this process requires patience and persistence. Your mental matrix won't be perfect from day one. It takes time for your subconscious to fully absorb new beliefs and integrate them into your daily life. But with consistent effort, your mental framework will evolve and expand. And as it does, you'll notice a shift in the way you respond to life. You'll start to feel more confident, more in control, and more aligned with your goals. Ultimately, creating a mental matrix is about becoming the architect of your own mind. It's about designing a mental environment that nurtures success, attracts abundance, and propels you forward. It's a dynamic process, one that evolves as you grow and shift your mindset. So, start today. Build that matrix. Focus on your beliefs, reinforce them with your actions, and watch how the universe responds to the powerful frequency you're sending out. The more intentional you are with your mental framework, the more your external world will begin to reflect the success you're manifesting. Number 8. Practicing deep meditation and mindfulness. Let's dive into something that could seriously supercharge your manifestation game: practicing deep meditation and mindfulness. This isn't just about sitting still with your eyes closed and pretending to clear your mind for a few minutes. No, this is about stepping into a whole new realm of awareness, one where your thoughts, emotions, and energy are aligned with the reality you want to create. In Jacobo Grinberg's research, the idea of meditation and mindfulness isn't just a tool for relaxation. It's a powerful way to shift your consciousness and break through the barriers that stand between you and your manifestations. Grinberg believed that when we tap into deep meditation and mindfulness, we're able to access a state of heightened awareness that not only brings clarity but also aligns our energy with the universe. And that's exactly where manifestation magic happens, when your internal energy and external desires become one. So, what does it mean to practice deep meditation and mindfulness in the context of manifestation? Well, first things first, it's not about clearing your mind completely. That's a myth that trips up a lot of people. Our minds are always buzzing with thoughts, right? The goal of deep meditation is less about getting rid of thoughts and more about observing them without attachment. You don't need to get lost in them or judge them. Instead, simply notice them as they arise, and then let them pass by. It's like standing on the side of a road and watching cars go by. You're aware of the traffic, but you're not jumping into each car. You're just letting them pass. When you practice meditation in this way, you're training your brain to become less reactive. This is crucial for manifestation because when you're less reactive, you're better able to control where you place your focus and energy. the more present you are, the more intentional you become with your thoughts. And intention is everything when it comes to manifestation. You can't manifest what you don't have clear intention for. Mindfulness plays a huge role here too. It's essentially the act of being fully present in whatever moment you're in, without drifting off into the past or future. When you practice mindfulness throughout your day, you stop getting swept away by distractions or anxious thoughts. Instead, you engage with life in a more authentic, focused way. This is the kind of presence that lets you tune into the vibrations of your desires. When you're mindful, you're able to really feel the energy of your goals, whether it's a sense of excitement, peace, or confidence. You can use this heightened sense of awareness to focus your energy on what you want to manifest. Now, here's the kicker: meditation and mindfulness aren't just for relaxation or stress relief. These practices actually allow you to recalibrate your internal state. When you meditate deeply, you're essentially reprogramming your mind to be more receptive to the vibrations you need to manifest. The quiet space you create through deep meditation allows your true desires to emerge from the noise of daily life. It's like the clutter of constant thinking falls away, and you're left with a clear channel to receive insight, inspiration, and even intuition about how to take action on your dreams. Think about it like this: manifestation is not just about thinking positive thoughts and hoping things will happen. It's about creating a mental environment where your goals feel not just possible, but inevitable. When you meditate deeply, you start to align yourself with that frequency of certainty. It's like tuning into the right radio station. And when you do that, the universe starts responding. Another thing to keep in mind: mindfulness and deep meditation can help you identify limiting beliefs that might be blocking your manifestation. In these moments of deep awareness, you might start to notice patterns of self-doubt, fear, or insecurity that have been lurking in the background. These aren't just random thoughts, they're holding you back from manifesting your desires. But here's the good news: once you bring them into your awareness, you can work with them. You can release them, shift your mindset, and replace them with beliefs that align with your goals. This process of letting go is what frees up space for your manifestations to come through. It's also worth noting that deep meditation helps you step outside of the constant whirl of thoughts. When you give yourself this time to truly sit with your mind, you give yourself permission to simply be. In that stillness, you connect with something bigger than yourself. You tap into the universal flow that's constantly working in the background, aligning things just for you. And that's when manifestation becomes less about effort and more about trust. So, if you want to bring your manifestations to life, consider making deep meditation and mindfulness a regular part of your practice. It's not just about sitting quietly for a few minutes. It's about training your mind to focus, release limiting beliefs, and align with the energy of what you want. The deeper you go, the clearer you'll see the path to your desires, and the more effortless manifestation will feel. Number 9. Visualization with emotional intensity. When we talk about manifestation, most of us think about visualization, picturing what we want, imagining it in our minds as clearly as possible. But here's the thing that Jacobo Grinberg's research really digs into: it's not enough to just see it in your head. It's the emotional intensity that you bring to that visualization that can actually supercharge the whole process. Think about it like this: imagine you're trying to get something from the universe, but you're not really invested in it. Maybe you can picture it, maybe you can almost feel it, but there's a certain distance, a coldness in the image. Now, compare that to when you're visualizing with real emotion, when every part of you feels connected to what you want, when you're almost vibrating with the energy of it. The difference is huge, right? Grinberg was all about the idea that our emotions play a massive role in how we interact with the world around us. We're not just brains running simulations in our heads, we're full, living, breathing beings with a heartbeat, with desires, with passions. So when you visualize with emotional intensity, you're not just creating a picture in your mind, you're creating an energetic imprint, one that sends out a powerful signal to the universe, to yourself, and to everything around you. Now, emotional intensity isn't just about getting excited or pumped up for a minute. It's about feeling deeply, about truly experiencing the emotions associated with what you're manifesting. The more real it feels in your body, the more the universe responds. You're not just thinking, "Oh, I want this thing." You're feeling it as if it's already yours. And that's the key. You're not waiting for it to come to you. You're creating it in the now. But how do you tap into this intensity? Well, it starts with getting really specific about what you want. The clearer the vision, the easier it is to attach deep emotion to it. If you're vague or unclear about your desires, it's like trying to throw a dart with your eyes closed. But if you can hone in on exactly what you want, the emotions naturally follow. When you see your goal in crystal clear detail, when you can taste it, touch it, feel it, that's when the emotions rise. That's when your heart starts to race a little, and your excitement begins to bubble up. And this emotional connection is far more than just a nice feeling. It's energetic. Every emotion you experience, from joy to fear, creates a certain frequency. These frequencies can either align with what you want or push it away. When you can feel your emotions strongly, you're sending a signal that resonates with the vibrational frequency of what you're visualizing. And as Grinberg's research highlights, this resonance is crucial for manifesting effectively. It's like tuning a guitar string. The clearer and more intense the emotion, the better the tune you're sending out into the universe. But let's take this a step further. It's not just about positive emotions either. Grinberg's research points out that any emotion you bring to your visualization, whether it's excitement, love, or even desperation, adds to the energy of what you're trying to manifest. The trick is to harness that emotion without letting it take over in a way that feels frantic or desperate. Emotional intensity should come from a place of deep belief in knowing that your manifestation is already happening, not from a place of anxiety or doubt. The truth is, the more you get comfortable with this process, the more natural it feels. Over time, your mind and emotions start to sync up. You begin to feel your visualizations in a real, visceral way. That's when you start to realize that manifestation isn't just about thinking something into existence. It's about becoming the energy of it, fully embodying it in both your mind and your body. The clearer you get, the more real it feels. The more real it feels, the stronger the emotional connection. And the stronger the emotional connection, the more powerful your manifestation. It's like a cycle, one that builds on itself. Every time you visualize with emotional intensity, you strengthen your connection to what you're trying to bring into your life. And eventually, that emotional charge becomes so potent that it's almost impossible not to start seeing results. So, when you sit down to visualize, don't just go through the motions. Get deep into it. Feel the emotions. Let the intensity fill you up. Because when you do that, you're not just visualizing, you're aligning every cell in your body with the future you want to create. Number 10, utilizing intention and directed thought. If you've ever felt like your thoughts are all over the place, like you're trying to manifest something, but your mind keeps drifting, then you're not alone. In fact, Jacobo Grinberg's research on manifestation taps into one of the most powerful tools for creating your reality, the use of intention and directed thought. It sounds a bit abstract at first, but when you break it down, it's actually one of the most practical and game-changing techniques for bringing your desires into existence. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is intention and directed thought? At its core, intention is the energy you put behind your thoughts. It's not just thinking about something or wishing for it, it's about being crystal clear on what you want and holding that thought with focus and purpose. It's almost like setting a mental GPS for where you want to go. Directed thought is the process of actively guiding your mind toward a specific outcome. It's about consciously choosing where your thoughts go, rather than letting them scatter. This may sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful when done correctly. Here's why. Your thoughts create your reality. Every single thing around you, from the people in your life to the circumstances you're in, started as a thought. But here's the kicker, thoughts without direction are like leaves floating aimlessly in the wind. They don't have the power to create. But when you add intention and focus to those thoughts, they become like arrows aimed directly at your goals. Grinberg's research delves deep into how focused thought can alter the energy around you. He explains that when you direct your thoughts with intention, you start aligning with the energy of what you desire. Instead of just thinking vaguely about what you want, you're tuning into the frequency of that goal. It's like tuning a radio to the exact station you want to hear. Without the right frequency, the signal's fuzzy. But when your thoughts are aligned with intention, everything becomes clearer, sharper, and more vivid. It's not just about wishing for something, it's about embodying it, mentally and emotionally, so that your mind becomes a magnet for it. The beauty of directed thought is that it's not passive. It requires you to be present and aware of what's going on in your mind at any given moment. A lot of people wonder why their manifestation efforts aren't working, but the truth is, they may be thinking about their desires for a few minutes a day and then letting their mind wander off to thoughts of doubt, worry, or fear. And all of those scattered, unfocused thoughts are like sending mixed signals into the universe. It's like asking for something, but then taking it back by doubting whether you actually deserve it or if it's possible. But when you focus your thoughts with clear intention, you're sending out a very specific message. You're telling the universe exactly what you want and, more importantly, you're aligning your energy to receive it. The mind doesn't work in isolation. It's a part of the larger energetic fabric of the universe, and when you direct your thoughts towards something with full clarity, you're aligning yourself with the flow of what's already coming toward you. One of the most key aspects of directed thought is belief. You can't just wish for something and then sit back and hope it happens. The belief that it's already on its way is crucial. It's not about hoping to manifest your dreams, it's about truly knowing that they are already unfolding. When you direct your thoughts with full intention, you start acting, feeling, and behaving as if that reality is already here. And the more you do that, the more the universe responds. This is where your subconscious mind comes into play. It starts working overtime to help make your mental image a reality by finding opportunities, opening doors, and bringing people into your life who can help you manifest your desires. But here's where a lot of people get stuck. They focus on the how too much. They start obsessing over how their dreams will unfold, when they'll happen, or where the resources will come from. This is where you need to trust the process. Directed thought is about holding the vision with intention, not getting tangled in the details of the path. When you trust that the universe has its own timing and way of delivering, you can release the need to control everything and simply allow the process to unfold. Grinberg's research emphasizes the power of this deliberate focus, this intention, on achieving goals. It's a simple yet profound shift in how you approach life. Instead of reacting to external circumstances or letting your thoughts bounce from one thing to the next, you begin to consciously choose your thoughts and direct them toward what you want to bring into your life. It's like stepping into the driver's seat of your own reality. But remember, this isn't just a one-time thing. Intention and directed thought need to be practiced consistently. You don't need to be perfect, but the more you can center yourself in the present moment and align your thoughts with your goals, the stronger your manifestation power becomes. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you work with it. At the end of the day, manifestation isn't some mystical force outside of you, it's the result of focused, intentional energy. When you consistently direct your thoughts with clarity and confidence, you're not just imagining a better future, you're actively creating it. And that's it, manifestation hacks straight from Jacobo Grinberg's groundbreaking research. If you're ready to tap into the power of your mind and manifest your desires more effectively, now's the time to put these insights to work. Let me know in the comments which hack you're excited to try first. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs this knowledge, and make sure to subscribe for more content that helps you unlock your true potential. Until next time, keep your mind focused, your intentions clear, and watch your reality shift.